Hey friends, welcome back to the Product Vision channel. If you are new here, hi, I'm Jorge, and this is where we break down product strategy and design so that you can bring your digital product ideas to life with intention and impact. Today, we are diving into one of the most powerful books ever written about behavior change, marketing, and decision making, influenced by Dr. Robert Cialdini. But we are not just doing a book summary. This video is going to be like a podcast conversation, but just you and me. Think of it as a deep dive where you are going to walk away with the 7 principles that can change how you run your business, design your products, and communicate with your audience. This video is also a continuation of a journey we have been on here. In previous videos, we have explored how to understand your users, how to build a buyer persona, and this is the next step. Once you understand your people, how do you influence them? So grab a coffee, grab your computer or notebook, and let's unpack the psychology of persuasion. I will also share real-world examples. I will give you creative takeaways, and I'm going to provide some red flags to help you use these principles without being manipulative. Principle 1. Reciprocity. This principle is very simple. When someone gives you something, you feel a psychological need to return the favor. It's not about manipulation. It's about creating mutual value. Homes started a movement with their 1-for-1 model. Buy a pair and they donate a pair to someone in need. This is a powerful gesture, and customers felt like their purchase had a purpose. That builds loyalty very fast. An example of this is HubSpot. Gives away free tools, the website grader, the blog topic generator, and the CRM filters. You name it. Most people don't convert immediately. But when they are ready for a paid product, who do you think they remember? Think about your business. What can you offer first that's valuable, generous, and unexpected? Maybe a resource, maybe a checklist, maybe a free audit, or maybe a free consultation. Studies show that we are more likely to say yes to someone who's done something for us, even if it's small. That's the psychology of favors, and it's been wired into us since the beginning of the days. But look for this red flag. Don't offer something just to manipulate. The moment this feels transactional, you will lose trust. Generosity builds trust. Build that into your onboarding flows, newsletters, and social content. Principle number 2. Commitment and consistency. We want to appear consistent with our past behavior. When we say yes to something small, we are more likely to say yes to something bigger later. Do you remember the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge back in 2019 or 2020? The challenge asked people to pour ice water on themselves or donate $100 to ALS research. It started as a small social ask, but as more people joined, their commitment to the cause grew. Many ended up donating anyways because once they were in, they wanted to stay consistent. Duolingo's daily streak is the perfect sample for this. They get you to commit to a 5 minutes a day. Once you have built the habit, it's really hard to break it. And their gamified system reinforces this. So this is my question for you. What's your small ask? Can you get your users to complete a micro survey, download a free tool, or maybe leave a comment? Remember, people want to feel consistent with their identity. When someone says, I am a creator, they are more likely to buy tools that match that identity. Use small commitments to build larger relationships. Consistency is an identity glue. Principle number 3, social proof. We look to others to decide how to behave, especially in situations where we are uncertain. Storytime. TripAdvisor changed travel by letting users share hotel and destination reviews. Suddenly, people trusted peer insights more than a glossy brochure. That shift changed how we book everything from flights to food tours. Here's an example, and you have probably done this. You are about to buy something on Amazon, and you pick the product with more reviews, even if it's not the cheapest. Why? Because that's social proof. So now I want you to think about this. How are you showing proof for your business? Are you using screenshots, case studies, or quotes from real clients? Remember, we trust behavior that seems to be the norm, especially when we are unsure or afraid of making the wrong choice. A red flag to look for this is fake social proof or inflated testimonial. That backfires. People can smell inauthenticity. Make your happy users visible. Feature them in your marketing or social platforms. Build trust through proof. Principle number 4, liking. We are more likely to say yes to people we like. Simple, right? But it's deeper than that. Liking is built on similarity, compliments, and familiarity. So look at this, Oprah's book club. When Oprah recommends a book, what do you think happens? Sales explode. Why? Because people trust Oprah. They like her, and over time, that relationship feels personal. It's the power of likability turned into influence. An example of this is Glossier. They grew not through heavy advertising, but by making their users feel seen. They used real people in their campaigns. People liked what they saw because they saw themselves. So this is my question for you. How are you showing your personality in your business? Is your brand likable? The things you say feel like a human? Are you being authentic? Remember, similarity and praise go a long way. Compliment your users and audience, relate to them, and make sure to share your story. Be relatable, be human, and be generous with praise. People buy from people they like. Principle number 5, authority. Human beings are trained to listen to experts. Authority doesn't mean bossy. It means trust through credibility. Let's take a look at Chris Hadfield, a Canadian astronaut and former commander of the International Space Station. His viral videos explaining life in space weren't just fascinating. They were credible. Why? Because they came from someone with real expertise, backed by the Canadian Space Agency.
I've already had lunch, so let's have dessert. Let's see. I chose chocolate pudding cake. So the way you prepare it is push all the cake down out of one end. Carefully cut it open, away from the Velcro, because you want to keep your Velcro. You're sticking it to the wall. Then grab your long spoon, because it's a long container. Reach inside. Chocolate pudding cake. Looks like it too. Okay. Gonna be hard to eat. Gonna be messy. Look.
His calm tone, clear explanations, and science-backed answers made people listen. That's authority. An example of this is Shopify, a Canadian company that built credibility by creating certified partner program. Developers and designers could become Shopify experts, giving merchants peace of mind that they were working with pros endorsed by the platform. Now, the question for you is, what's your version of expert badge? Can you share case studies, credentials, or behind-the-scenes processes? Remember this. We trust people who signal expertise, visually, verbally, or through affiliation. Build authority through consistent, high-quality educational content. Make it easy for others to trust your expertise. Principle number 6, scarcity. We value things that are rare. Scarcity creates urgency. Nike's limited edition drops are legendary. When a pair of Jordans is only released in limited quantity, people line up, virtually and physically. The scarcity isn't just about inventory. It's about a status and belonging. A perfect sample for this is Booking.com. Ever seen those only 2 room left alerts? That's engineered scarcity. It pushes users to act fast or risk missing out. So a question for you and your business. Are there ways you can use ethical scarcity? Early bird offers, limited seats, or expiring bonuses? Remember that we hate losing out more than we like gaining. Scarcity taps into FOMO, fear of missing out. However, fake scarcity destroys trust. If everything in your business is limited time only, people will just stop believing in you. Use scarcity to drive action, but always back it up with trust and transparency. Principle number 7, unity. Unity goes beyond liking. It's about shared identity. It's us instead of me and you. The rise of BLM wasn't just about raising awareness. It was about a collective identity. The phrase Black Lives Matter united people across borders, cultures, and industries. Brands that aligned with the movement weren't just seen as supportive. They were seen as part of the community.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.
An example of this is Apple's Things Different campaign. The campaign didn't talk about specifics. It talked about being misfit and being a rebel. They weren't selling products. They were selling belonging to a creative tribe. That's unity. So I want you to think, what community are you building? What shared identity can your audience rally around? Remember, people fight harder for things that feel like they are theirs. Shared values build loyalty. Design your brand around a we. Build a movement, not just a mailing list. These 7 principles are powerful, not just because they trick people, but because they tap into deep human trust. Let's recap. Reciprocity. Give first. Commitment and consistency. Start small. Social proof. Show the crowd. Liking. Be human. Authority. Shared your expertise. Scarcity, make it count, and unity, create belonging. When used with care, these tools help you design better products, write better copy, and build stronger communities. And remember, influence isn't about pressure. It's about permission. It's about understanding your users deeply enough that your product becomes an easy yes. And as always, if this video resonated with you, please hit the like button and subscribe for more. And let me know in the comments which principle you are going to apply first. And if you want more content like this, check out my video on how to build a buyer persona. It's the perfect companion to what we have covered today. Also, please share this video with 5 people you know. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video next week. Bye.